Well, good evening, flight simulator fans. Welcome to another fun adventure. Things have not been going so well this week, at least on my end. We hope everything goes better for you. All the troubles I've had during the week, managed to cut my thumb, upset a friend, totally lose control of my life, and let's hope we can get some control back here in this. This will be the more interesting experience. We're going to check, we're double checking our instruments. They're still working, at least for the moment. I've been testing my equipment during the week. No problems until I go live here. And then the second I want to go live, everything tries to disconnect. So we'll just see how long it goes tonight, and we'll wing it from there. Tonight's little adventure is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be carrying a Jedburgh Team deep into Holland, near the city of Amsterdam, and we're going to make a drop there and kick this three-man team out so that they can help the resistance and hopefully help turn the tide. So hopefully we can make a difference here. We're going to fly the flight plan pretty much the way they would have done it. There's lots of over-water flying, so it'll be long and boring. We'll probably have some music to listen to during that. And then when we get over the coast, as soon as we get past the searchlight belt and the light flag, we'll be descending steeply to the proper drop height and making our run on our drop zone. Let's hope there's a bright light there to make a visual drop for our guys. And then we'll be flying home after we leave our team of three behind. These Jedburgh teams were pulled from the SAS, the OSS, and the Free French. These were people that were dedicated to increasing the efforts of the resistance to fight against tyranny that was holding sway over the mainland of Europe at that time. The time we're referring to is approximately 80 years ago now. It's 78 years to be exact. And so, but we don't want to forget their efforts and everything that they went through to try to do this stuff. Now, the first thing we need to do to get these guys over there is start the engines. And this DC-3, it isn't the proper B-24s that these Jedburgh teams used. They used a stripped down version of the B-24 that had all the turrets but one removed, and the internal cargo space enlarged to carry the equipment. But this is as close as we've got for right now, and until something better comes along, we'll just use the old C-47. We'll just have to be a little trickier. Now I can hear the clicking of the clock here. Let's hope it's a clock and not a bomb. Okay, let's see. Let's start. We can do it from the ground, or we can do it the way I'm used to here. Battery on. Lights on, please. Come on. There. We won't need it, but we're going to turn it on anyway. Okay, here's where the fun begins. Now, I've already selected my tanks, So that's not the issue. Normally you'd have to set your tanks to your main tanks. Now I'm going to turn my cockpit lights on and my inverter on. Oh, by the way, I am, just for curiosity's sake, I see an AI doing his thing out the window here. We are at Echo Golf Uniform November, EGUN. This is RAF Middleton. It's right next to Lakenheath. This is where the heavier aircraft follow out of. The actual base the Jedburgh teams flew out of, RAF Harrington, isn't on our scenery anymore. And I haven't found a good piece of scenery to put it back. So until that happens, we're just going to have to wing it like we do with everything else. Say it's getting dark, so we're going to turn some lights on. Okay, booster pumps coming on. They're loud. Okay, energizer right side. Wait for it to spool up. I'm going to turn those on. Magnetos on. Okay. Mesh. Right primer. We can't see it from here, but we'll look out here. I want to add some fuel. I want about 600 or 700 RPM here. Keep everything running. Then we're going to go back inside. We'll set for the left engine. Wait for her to spool up a little bit. Just hear it. And we hit mesh and left side. Oh yeah, love that startup sound. And add some fuel. RPMs up for about a 700 or 800 RPM here. Then we can go inside and turn our booster pumps off. Okay, we'll have to turn the bird around to head toward our runway tonight. I want to open my cowl flaps. We'll be flying fairly low. No, trail will not do. I want all the way open. Open the cowl flaps. Okay, I'm going to lean out the window here. Open the window. Pull chocks. And you can see the chocks are in place here. Got a guy ready to pull them. Go over there and hit the switch. There they go. Now the chocks are pulled. It's nice to know England's a popular place to fly tonight. One thing I'm going to do before as I get situated here, is I'm going to call up something I had to get rid of when I rebooted. I need to put it back on. I want to know how smooth my landing gets eventually when I come back. And I need to put some fuel in before we leave. Should have definitely done this before I started the engines. Okay, and we don't need that much cargo, but we're going to get rid of that. that, we're going to carry 3 troopers and their cargo, which generally includes their clothes, personal weapons, any explosives they might need. We're going to rate that at about 600 pounds. Anything else we'll have that they can take care of themselves. Oh, there's Colonel Fork. Bless you, Colonel, and thanks for coming in tonight. Hello, Viper Strike. Welcome aboard. You going to fly with us? This is going to be an interesting flight through live weather. This is a pretty lively bit of North Atlantic tonight. This is fun with this cut thumb. Or release the brakes and positive motion. Colonel Fork, there's plenty of time for you to get started. It's going to take me a while to find the right runway here. Mildenhall is not my favorite airport hereby. Lakenheath is really close. I do have scenery for Lakenheath, and it is nicely detailed. That's a good sound to hear. The Merlin sounds good next to these Pratt & Whitneys. Where is the run? Let's see, one. Oh, there they are. We're just going to taxi up to these runways. Pray everything keeps working. Now I've picked, as far as my time goes, okay, it's a crosswind takeoff. No worries. We're going to take off as much into the wind as we can here. So this will be into the left side. Okay, you can hear my brakes squeaking. Okay, I've gotten into the position I want. We're going to hold here a second till our friends they're right behind us, getting ready to go. But yeah, I was wanting to tell you the time I'm in. Let's see, I've got it on the clock here. We're running at almost, well, I can't read that clock. How about that? We'll just use this clock instead. I'm set at right at 6 p.m., 5:56, 4:56 UTC, and it's in live weather. This is going to be a night parachute drop for our boys. We don't want to do it in the daytime so that they can be found easy. Let's scoot ourselves more centered onto the runway. All right. Don't want to get too overeager with your throttles. When you get yourself into the right position. There. All right. Well, clear left, clear right. Nobody on final. You ready, Colonel? Let's go. Power coming in. Well, good luck with your company, Viper Strike. I'm just glad you bothered to tune in for the time you did. I know how distracting company can be. Okay. Rudder. Keep her straight. There we go. Get the gear. Gear coming up. I could use the enhanced version, which has a built-in GPS, but I prefer the old classics here. And I'm not using my invasion stripes tonight because this is set towards September of 1944. They only dropped six Jedburgh teams into Holland. There we go. Need to see my altimeter here. Okay. Give me that. I need that. Oh, there goes the lags. No, we don't want to go there. Our RPM back, please. Okay. A bit more up trim, please. Okay, we want to go here. And altitude select 6,000 for the trip over. Enter. $500 will do. Come on. No, I said 6,000. That might make a difference. Okay. Our first course, check our map here. Always handy to have your navigator know his map. Our first heading is 84 degrees. So you want to set your heading for 84 degrees. There I go. Oh, right there. We'll leave it there. A lot of murk tonight. This will provide good cover for, if it holds all the way across the channel, it'll provide good cover for our friends. See Colonel Fork's lights back there. It gets darker. We'll be turning off our running lights. I wish they had good exhaust flames so you could follow those. But we'll leave some of the lights on just so as a viewer we can see where we are. All right, we got that set. Now let's check our map and make sure. Okay, let's fine tune here. Hope the wind don't blow us too far off course. coming to 82 degrees. We're heading for where it is currently the SPY VOR. It's just outside of Amsterdam. That's our aim point. If you want to tune in your VORs for the SPY, you're more than welcome to. Bring our mix back a little bit. Hope it doesn't get too upset. Time to balance our RPMs. I want about 2200. There we go. And I'm going to bring my manifold back to 40 inches. If that proves too fast, we'll bring it back to 35 or so. Okay, we've got a nice layer of cloud. We're just above it. We clear this bit of English countryside. It's nice to have a little friend with us. That looks great, Colonel Ford. Here to tell you, that looks great. There's your screenshots, pal. I'm going to take one. That looks good. We get further on course here. You can see the rain up ahead of us, so we'll be passing through a squall line. Not unheard of on these Jedburgh drops. We get there, we'll get down to drop height. Now here's the fun fact, is they would fly over the coast at approximately 6,000 feet to avoid low-level flak, and they'd go in with their lights off, and then once over the coast and past the initial coastline area, they would descend to approximately 500 feet. And then would go in at 500 feet. Yeah, I'm on Firefly Air myself, so, but that's mostly so I can keep track of my landings. I'm glad it gives us credit for it, but because basically it's out over the North Sea here. Fly to Amsterdam. Take a look at that at night, and then we're going to come back here. We're actually headed, the place we're headed for is, just to make sure, is EGSC is where we're hopefully going to return to. I just hope it works. We should have plenty of fuel for this. It's only approximately 330 miles both ways. So there should be plenty of fuel aboard for this. If there isn't, somebody's miscalculated somewhere. Okay, we're doing 144 during our climb up here. There's our little friends with us. We've got people down towards London and a couple people flying helos around. And very few people actually doing the cross-channel run tonight. At least at our altitude anyway. Got some airliners making the cross-channel run. I almost did not do a broadcast tonight. Like I said, I've had a week, and I wasn't sure whether I should or not, but I decided to go ahead and do it. Doesn't really matter how you feel. Just go ahead, and if you want to commit to doing shows, do shows. Even if you're having a rough time, maybe flying always makes me feel better anyway. I don't know about the rest of the population, but flying is my balm. If I'm upset, fly. If I'm unhappy, fly. If I'm happy, fly. kind of that kind of deal. You guys tell me if the ambient sounds from the plane can be heard, because, well, these are good sounds to hear. These twin Pratt & Whitney twin wasps are a wonderful sound. Okay, these are the twin wasps, not the double wasps that are found in the Hellcat and Corsair. These are the a little bit older twin wasps. Legend has it that some of the Luftwaffe engineers looked at a captured double wasp and saw the beauty of the engineering on it, and just looked up at each other and said, "We're done. We can't match this." And the fact that they built so many of these double wasps and put them in everything. C-47s. Uh-oh, weather change. Thanks. Fly through the cloud. As the sun slowly sets in the west, our ship sinks slowly into the east. Or at least on course. At least that's where our navigator's checking. Hey, this lake makes a good wet nav point to check on. We'll check our map and look for this lake. Okay, this puts us right over Southwood, and that puts us approximately 15 miles off course, off of our GPS course. We're on course as far as our actual navigation goes. We'll go ahead and adjust our course a little bit. Come left to 081. 1 degree heading change. We'll make that 080 to compensate for a wind. I think we might have a little bit of a north wind. That's wonderful information, Colonel Fork. Thank you very much. You do as much reading on these kind of things as I do, so you probably retain your memories better. The C-47 and the Wildcat do share the same engine, and they did remarkable workhorse activity from late 1941 through 1945 for the Dakotas here. And for the poor Wildcat, she stayed in production through the entire war, but was relegated to training and coastal activities for the latter half. She was not considered a frontline aircraft anymore. She'd been replaced by the F-6F Hellcat, which we do have in the sim. We're still waiting for our Wildcats, hopefully with folding wings so we can sit on the edge of our carrier decks, watch everybody else land. The Hellcat has nice folding wings that do show up for everybody else. So that's always going to be a win. This cloud's looking wet and rainy. Now, how typical. Welcome to an English autumn. A little bit of cumulonimbus there. Looks like we're leaving a storm behind just to enter our next one. Now, that's one thing I can always count on is friends like Colonel Fork and Viper Strike to have any knowledge I might have picked up and forgotten. These guys, they're on the ball. They know what they're talking about, and they're great. They're great friends and really integral parts of our community. Now, I may not be able to string 40 or 50 pilots along like Murph or Viper does, but hey, I've got one partner. That's more than I had last week. If you can't have fun with it, don't play it. I'm just grateful to have a companion. But yeah, we're at 6,000 feet and holding a nice steady course, doing an indicated 162 knots. And on our instruments, we're showing 185 miles per hour, which shows you the difference between a statute mile per hour and a nautical mile per hour. You know we're doing 162 indicated, and here we have the airspeed indicator of 185. Our compass is showing a 081 as our course. So we're doing well there. I think I loaded the whole flight plan in here in the map. Well, that'll tell me how far away we're going. That's still amazing to me. 1,100 feet below us is Colonel Ford. I can tell that by looking at my TCAS. It's showing up on my instrument. So if I go outside, look back there, down a little bit as we pass over that tanker. Looks like it's got a helipad on it. So there's a target to land on. Now what's it doing? Besides hanging up. There's Colonel Ford. Here's we are. I don't know why it keeps turning the camera like that. Here we go. Now while we listen to some tunes as we cross the North Sea here, because there's really nothing to look at but ocean. And I'm sure people get tired of looking at my ugly mug. Let's see. Try that trick. Let's see if this works. music's not too loud, is it? Sure help if I could figure out a way to have presets where the music have it stay there, so that then not mess with it during the week, so it'll be ready to go the next time I came back. How are you fixed for fuel over there, Colonel Ford? I can go inside here, look down. Okay, we're down 40 gallons so far in each tank, so we're good to go there. Here's the rain battering on the windscreen and the hull. We're right in the middle of the cloud. Man, that's great to hear. It's the one thing that kept the fighters closer to home in Europe was their limits of their drop tanks. With tanks, we could go a lot farther. That's probably a really good idea, Colonel Ford. We've got our tags on, we can stick our little gadget here, we can still see each other. Lights off. Lights off. Cold and dark. I don't know how they look at from your end, but as bright as they had our lights set up here. There's no set rule. If you want to fly in better weather conditions than I am, you're more than welcome to. Just pick a good preset like the Irish summer or scattered clouds. That's fine. Me, I'm taking what the weather gods gave us tonight, which is rain and storms all the way across the back. Good cover for dropping parachutists, especially if we're going to drop them 500 feet. Good thing it's going to be a static line jump, which means that they've got the pull cord has got an attachment on the inside of the airplane. Automatically deploys the parachute as they come out the door. The second the wind stream hits it, fills the canopy, and they float down. And they still hit like a bag of dog food when they get to the ground because they're carrying so much. Most of the Switlick company parachutes were rated up to 300 pounds, but they carry so much gear that the parachutes were almost their max allotment per drop. Okay, we'll try that. Let's see what they give us. Yeah, it showed us down at 5,800. We're coming back up. 59. And closing in on 6. Okay, it looks like it's a southerly wind. So that'll help. We get up, even with the magenta line, we'll turn on or try to tune in the SPY-VOR just as a can you see it thing. I'm not going to use it, we're just going to aim for it. See if our controls will pick it up. There it is. 113.3. Okay. Turn up here to our radios. Radios. 113.3. Both VORs are set. We get the signal yet? No, we're still out of range. Help if they get the proper ranges for VORs set. Out there in the ocean. Lots of water. Right now the guys in the back are trying to either sleep, read a book, chew some gum. There's no telling how the individual people are passing their time as they wait to go. They actually did a study once that said that an untrained person on one of these Jedburgh drops was actually less likely to hurt themselves than someone who went through 5 jumps with parachute qualification. So, just give a man the rudimentary instructions on how to land and what to do when you with your parachute after you land and push them out the door. This was back in the days when they called the OSS the Oh-So-Social group, because there were a lot of Ivy League people that joined it. Several. One thing I always got tickled about, I think it was Sterling Hayden. He was a Jedburgh man himself. He'd gone in behind the lines, did several escapades of daring do. Most people know him from Dr. Strangelove, where he played the crazy general, or one of the crazy generals. There were several crazy generals in that movie. I always get a good chuckle out of watching that movie. Not just for the flying sequences. Although they did capture the B-52 very good. I said in that, I know. Was only 7 years old at the time, but I still remember how it looked and how cramped it was. My father trained navigators for B-52s when he was in SAC. He served in, let's see if I remember the order correctly, served in Puerto Rico, and then we served at Mooring Air Force Base in Maine. That's where I was born. And then we moved to Sacramento at Mather Air Force Base. Then got transferred in 71 to McCoy Air Force Base in Florida. So we served on both coasts. I got a double dose of Air Force. Both of my parents were in when they got married. So yeah, flying's been kind of in my bloodstream for my whole life. What are we doing? There he is, just almost a mile away. Not too bad. Are we still turning for? Okay, I can see your tag. I can't see your bird, but I can see your tag. That's all good. The farther we get away from merry old England, the closer we get to Toucan's country. Bring my head right. Get us back on course here. And let the wind blow us off course. Our navigator started yelling at it. All right, man, do some of that pilot stuff. This is the Goonie bird. You don't have to do much of that pilot stuff. Pilot stuff includes eating a sandwich, drinking a good cup of coffee, and maybe getting a book out or a comic book or something. I'm not getting the VOR either yet. Probably a 40 mile. We'll check the map here and see what the setting is. It says it's 130 miles. But it sure ain't reaching it. Wish they agree on. That's what I missed in FSS 9 and FSS. The VORs work. Oh, that looks fun. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, everybody strap in back there. I think it's going to get bumpy. We may be at 6,000 feet, but at least there's plenty of room to the water. Remember, it's going to get darker and darker as we get closer to Holland. So we should get a good, if the weather gives us a break, we're going to get to see Amsterdam city lights. If we don't get a break, we'll see it when we get down to 500 feet, I hope. That's going to be fun for me to hand fly. Because while we're feet dry over the Holland coast and city, I'm going to try to hand fly it all the way. I don't mind auto helping us out here over the water. if my mental faculties were a little bit more up to it, I've got Blender. I'd really like to try to see what I need to, if I can figure it out a little bit, I'd like to build my own searchlight belt. Especially over, there's something that you can just drop into anywhere and provide searchlights. Play Dodge the Spotlight. And I think it was Airlock Doc or one of our other Firefly friends that suggested that it put something down at like the Chinese theater in LA and have movie premiere nights. I've made the mistake of, well, I was in an aircraft over Phoenix during some kind of movie premiere or shopping center or something. And me and my pilot friend were flying back Prescott that night, and they hit us with we're at about 3,000 AGL, and one of their searchlights found our plane. But he stuck with us for quite a while, which told me it wasn't one of those automated searchlights that just move in a random pattern. Somebody was aiming this one. They kept us in that spotlight for probably 3 or 4 minutes. It really lit our cockpit up. That's why when I was kind of tickled, I saw the news that, I know it's a don't care auto, but they're going to put out an Archer 2, which was the aircraft we generally would rent most of the time. I can't wait to have that back here in the sim, especially in any kind of decent quality. If it'll look as good as their other Cherokee offering, I'll be very happy. Roger, Colonel Ford. I don't even have the DME other than just what's on the 750 here. I don't have any instruments for that. Now I can actually see. Back on it. That was just one of my more private aircraft. I'd be riding the beam about now. Indicator. To the south of the beam that I'm riding. Okay, from STY, we'll be flying south over Amsterdam to the waypoint Echo Hotel 618. Then we'll make our drop of our parachutes, because it's just outside the city, and hopefully in an open field. I haven't actually scouted the field. That's where we're going to make our drop, so that these guys have a chance. Head for a bar. Plenty of fuel left. Alarm showing we're 40 miles out from the coast. Some of the music I found on Epidemic Sound, it ain't bad. It's pretty good. Okay, we're still a few miles from the beach. Our descent is going to be fairly steep once we get across a couple miles in. Thing I'm hoping hasn't shown back up tonight. It's the pesky echo I had the last couple of broadcasts. I can't figure out where it's coming from or how to get rid of it. Killed off everything I can. Starting to get dark, folks. We'll flash our lights when we get to our descent point. Looks like it's going to be a blind descent. That's thrilling. One thing I'm glad is Holland ain't full of mountains. I think we'd find one tonight. I'm going to put my mug back on for this descent. I mess up, you guys need to see it happen. It takes a good pro pilot to screw up good. People wonder why I don't do VATSIM. I get task overload on VATSIM. I've got plenty of time to do something, not a problem. Get everything set up well ahead of time, frequency changes and such. But having to do 15 or 20 things at the last second, I don't have too much fun doing that. Let's see. We lost. I think I've lost my little friend in the clouds. I'm not seeing him on my radar set. I'm hearing thunder rumbling. That's not good. got a couple of people up here in Holland, but I think I lost my little friend. Unless he's gone for a climb and way above me. Okay, 25 miles. That's the STY DME VOR is our IP. We'll turn there and get set up for our drop. Hopefully be able to get down in time. Of course, we're going to start descending after we cross the coast. Some lights be nice. We turned our vibes down a little bit. Well, I'm calling them vibes. Still doing a steady 162 indicated. No telling what we picked up from the ground. Got a slight southerly breeze pushing us north. It's not bad though. We're showing 189 across the ground. No speed check necessary on this. Uh-oh, I see a city. I see lights. Hello, Holland. Oh, great! The weather's going to break up just when we wanted it to break up the least. Well, it'll provide some cover, and we are running dark. Just hope their radar is as bad as it could be. I didn't bring any window chat, because that's what they used to call it back in the day, was window. It was strips of aluminum foil. They would dump it out bomb bays or doors in big bundles and let it break up in the air. And when they do that, it would give a false return on the radar screen. Each radar frequency had its own countermeasure length of tinfoil. Okay, this is, if we had the right scenery in, something we could make it, we'd be passing over the searchlight belt. They'd be looking for us. We could hear the pop, pop, pop of the flak going off. I don't think they'd be throwing snowballs at us up here. I'd rather get hit by a snowball than an 88. All right, we're crossing over the coast now. We're feet dry. So yeah, here we go. APR. Scoot myself closer here. If I can. Cut my throttles back. We're going down. We're over Amsterdam now. You're off to our right. 5,000 feet and falling. Cut our throttles back some more. My altimeter, please. And my rate of my climb indicator, in this case descent. Hold it at about 1,000 feet per minute. Passing through 3,000. Coming up on SPY. Starting our turn on the IP. It thinks we need to lower our gear. No, we're not going to slow down that much. There. Why did it turn off all my... I pressed that button. Okay, 1,100 feet. Exterior lights off. Thank you. Here's 500 feet. See that. All right, here we go. Nice low-level flight over Amsterdam at night. Hope they don't have tall aerial masts. see golf courses. Well lit up city lights or city blocks. A little bit more left. There's a tall building. It's a church steeple. Stay away from those. How'd you die? We got hit. We hit a church steeple. That's no fun. Right at 500 feet. Okay. Getting close to where we go. Open the back door. Out here. The drop altitude is 500 feet. Come up a little bit more. Throttle up. Climb. Okay, there's 500. Stay there. Give her a little left bang. Here we have tall buildings we're passing over now. And some hiccups. Need a switch here in the cockpit for our C-47 versions that we can flip the jump light on. Got the door open there in the back. We need a green light to tell them when to jump. Doesn't like this, all this scenery, even at night. Getting up too high. Our throttle's back. We're a little bit right, of course. Come back. We'll be passing over Sheephole. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. It's Amsterdam Airport. Uh-oh. There. Oh. And there goes the controls. Terrific. I can reach over and hit the switch before I get too far off course here. Why it does that? Still nothing. Well, let me get up. It's not as easy as it looks for me. It's awful problem. it'll last. Is that right? It went again. I don't know why it does this during my cast. It does fine during the stream or just fine. There for a couple minutes, I've got my throttles back. Steer closer to climb to 3,000 feet. Well, in this loom, we're just going to kick them out, I think. Everybody out. Gods. Gone again. What the heck? That's disappointing. There. Chair back, right? And see clock. Lights on. Okay. Wait. Of all the times for it to go out, too. That's no fun. Throttles back in. Oh, they still work. Okay. Autopilot back on. Oh, that works. And of course we're on the wrong heading though. Matt, please. Well, I've still got some functionality left here. 272 degrees. All right, turning to 272. Well, RPM is at least balanced. Doing got 2,300 RPM on both on each engine. Pass over Amsterdam itself again. Yeah, we're lit up like a Christmas tree because things don't go as planned. But we can at least look at the city. As we climb up to 6,000 feet again. On our way home, we kicked out our parachutists. Now they're on their own down there. Hopefully they won't run into anybody just after landing. And we're back up to 170 knots. Control seems to have settled down for a couple of minutes. We're right at about 50% on the gas. So between that and our auxiliary tanks, we're going to make it. See lightning flickering on the horizon. Here. Oh, there's Amsterdam. Oh, turn those lights on. At least while we're over the city. There we go. Got our beacon up on the top. Find our airplane. There we go. Good old olive drab. Now we can see the city. See how big it actually is. These are the suburbs. Oh boy. Get close enough here. Now, we can actually peek inside our own cockpit here. Fine-tuning camera bit for the birds. Now you look like Tony Stark. Get a better view. Got my co-pilot with me all the time. There, we'll try that. Put my mode back up. Fell out of the ugly tree and hit every limb on the way down. Just glad that things started working again. Map. Yeah, we're right on course. Take us home, country roads. Way too many RPM for manifold pressure here. Bring us down to about 40. Which control is doing which? There we go. There's 40. And 2300 RPM. Needles are in the green. We're not going to argue with it. Got approximately 80 gallons left in our mains. So we're doing fine. 150 miles to go to home. We're going to make it. Whoa. That much lighter. Yeah, we're feet wet now. We're back over the water. Not just the weather to contend with going home. All the stuff we flew through coming here, we're going to have to fly back through going back home. And I'm feeling really lazy. First off, let me go map a second. Change the CDI. Back. Yep. And click that off. Click that on. Beam us home on the beam. Yeah, or if there's a good VOR to come home on. Okay, there's a vortex. WTZ. At Watersham, its frequency is 109.3. Okay. 9.3. Off. No fun. .3. Still out of range for it, but we got it set. It's not even on our course. Heading back for Echo Golf Sierra Charlie. About 15 to 20 miles south of Mildenhall. Just hope the clouds will let us see England when we get close enough. Uh-oh. There we went again. Trying to take the camera off me while I awkwardly get up. Hit this thing again. This is getting old. Grunting and groaning as I stand, reach over to slap the UST board. Chair back up here. At least for a few minutes while it still works. See if we can balance this out. Level at 6,000. Barometer, we're still going 2974 on our barometer, so he's doing good there. See, the sky is getting darker and darker as we start heading west. Hopefully our controls will not die on us on final. That would be horrible yet again. If it dies on us on final, we'll do a quick go around, slap the machine again, and see if we can't keep it going. I'm not going to get discouraged tonight. I've put up with too much this week to let this whoop me tonight. I've got to keep my confidence up. For you guys out there watching tonight, I'd have no confidence at all. I have some people watching that mean a lot. Just hope they know how much they do mean. Luckily, I've got all the people in our community that are so supportive and so helpful. Really keeps things going, keeps the fun involved. There are dark days when the fun stops. But thankful to people like Alice Johnson and Burr and Fabio. We've got such a great community that there's always something new to see and do. I'm surprised that I've got this many people still watching the dark. There's nothing out there but ocean 6,000 feet down that way. And clouds and rain that we're flying back through on our way home. Let's see if that works. Let's see, go back one. I want to look at weather, and I want to look at radar. There's the rain. Less than 5 miles ahead of us. So it's coming towards us, and some of it's pretty stout. But we're a tough goony bird. We've got a successful drop behind us, despite some problems. And we're on our way home now. Now we're well out at sea, we can turn our lights back on. And there we go. Our lights on. See, our landing lights are on. Got our navigation lights on. Excellent. I don't know what they did when they issued this update, but for this particular aircraft, they really turned the intensity of our lights way up. So what's nice, you can see the DC-3 from quite a ways away. In this case, it's a C-47. I'm going to keep 50 gallons in each main tank. I'm just going to go ahead and cut in my auxiliary here. The only way I can think of to switch it is by changing the view. And there, right off. Okay. Back. Okay, we're doing a 167 indicated. We're a little bit lighter. You can see the stars up above us. We're just going to stay right there. Look at the stars. Let's see if I can reach this controller. If I can do this right. Okay, I've not done something right. Well, that didn't work. We'll just leave that alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I get for pushing buttons. Gotta try something new. Never had a single disconnect of the USB, but I get an hour into it or hour and a half into it, the flight tonight, and the USB goes nuts. I still see everything wiggling there, so I'm assuming it's still there. I don't know if the rest of our community has been watching the Wednesday show on Netflix, but that's the perfect, that's the best adaptation of an Adams that I've seen in a long time. He's absolutely hilarious and a pretty good detective. I'm only about like 4 shows into the season, so I've just really been impressed. My late wife would have loved Wednesday. She was big into the vampire writing scene. The novel I put up for public consumption up on Two-Tone's Discord and a couple of other places. That was what her book was about, was vampires. Vampires as a good guy instead of a monster bad guy. Uh-oh. Yep, there they went again. And that's frustrating. Luckily, it's fixable. Y'all shouldn't be seeing me struggle to stand up. Good airspeed, so I'm not inclined to mess with it. Seems like whatever you do, there's a new challenge for you to try to overcome as you fly. Yep, we're flying through the rain. I can see it on the windscreen here. If it's raining, we need to turn our wipers on. Can't see much, but they're there. Not doing much. Might as well turn them off. But it's nice knowing that they need them. They can go around to get around to fixing that. That'd be swell. I wonder if I ever shut the window over here. I can't see it. It's hard to tell. Would have been just yet another thing that this dunderhead forgot. I'm lucky I remember my hat from time to time. Nobody wants to see a bald spot, that's for sure. Okay, here at 6,000 we're doing 173 ground speed. Approximately 166 knots. We're on course back to merry old England. No, the door is shut. No, I shut that. Not going to open that window. That's right. That's what I get for sending a whisper. Why is my chat box not lit up? Because he took the mouse off it, that's why. Goofus. Still 93 miles to go. Long way back. We got lucky, we're not shot full of holes. No snowball damage. Things aren't going to get exciting until we get home. Then things are going to get very exciting. Now, what's the altitude of this place? It's 39 feet above elevation, so that's not going to really be a problem. But we can come down pretty good to at least 1,500 feet. Hopefully we'll be able to see this place. But we'll wait till the coast before we descend. Not a lot to look at outside. I don't even know where the camera is. Oh, there it is. Okay. What am I looking at? Here, there's the ants. Okay, we're looking at the bottom of the airplane. That's no fun. Okay, there we go. Weren't for the cockpit lights, we wouldn't have anything to go on. But there, nope. There, good enough. Now, if I can just get this thing centered on it, there we go. There's the back of the instrument panel. We don't need to see that. Well, there's England. That's nice to know. Starting to see everybody over London. That's well south of our little area of operations tonight. We're still plowing through the rain. We'd be singing It's a Rainy Night in Georgia, except we're not in Georgia. We're not even in the United States. A long way from home. A lot of these boys were a long way from home. They left their loved ones behind, done selfless acts. In some cases, got thanks for it, and others they didn't. They should have all gotten thanks, whether they done something or done nothing at all. Man who pushes paper is just as important as a man on the front lines. It pays just to be quiet. Shut up. Let the airplane do the talking for you. Flying through the night in the rain. Not much to see. All the activity here on the east side. It's too bad. Watch the rain hit. Put my face back in here, just in case anybody might actually want to see me. Can't imagine why anybody would want to do that. miles. Well, one thing we can do, call up the METAR for the base we're going to. Echo, Golf, Sierra. No METAR. Oh, wonderful. That's where we started from. Look here. UN. Uniform November. Uniform November. Okay. Winds 10 and 210 and 5 knots. Broken at 5,000. Scattered at 6,000. Slight participating precipitation at 7,100 feet. So hopefully we'll be below that. There's the coast. Get out of the way here so we can see it. Okay, here we come up. Welcome to back to England, folks. 57 miles out. We'll just take advantage of that. I want to go down to 2,000, please. And make sure we got 3 zeros. 500 feet again. Hope this works. We're down to 30, 25 inches of manifold pressure. There we go. Here we go. With a pellet like this, we'll be able to find our way home with no problem. Okay, there's 5,000 feet. Still descending. Nice steady 500 feet per minute. Holding a good ground speed of 159. Doing okay here. sit outside and look at this English countryside in the dark. See all the little English towns. Okay. All right, let's concentrate back on our flying here. Now, music time's over. We gotta concentrate on trying to land this Goonie bird. The adventures we've had with their controls, I'll be happy to set her down. Anything under 400 feet per minute, I'll take. Especially in the dark. Okay, there's 4,000 feet. Still descending. Way to check this nice modern instrument is to look at our terrain. There's nothing closer than 2,000 feet for 5 nautical miles, so we're good. It's actually showing 3,400 feet above ground level, so plenty of clearance. Matter of fact, I'm just going to leave it on that map for a minute. That's more important information. How high are we above the ground? Barometer check, please. Looks like it's still 7.7 hot. So 'A little bit different, trying to keep up with the chat, keep up with y'all, and keep up with the plane. 2,700 feet AGL, 3,000 feet on the altimeter. Uh, 40 miles out. Get down to 2,000, we'll probably have to bring some manifold back in. I'm just going to watch my manifold pressure needles and see if they move instead of looking at my throttle handles. Okay, we can see some of the city lights coming up. There's a low-hanging cloud lit up by the town underneath it. I don't know about you, but I grew up hearing this sound. The sound of a DC-3 rumbling past overhead, especially on my summer vacations in Florida. We'd get to, there were 2 or 3 DC-3s at a airfield that was close to where my grandfather worked. So I got to hear them quite often around their house. They were flying at the time commercially, carrying passengers to the Bahamas. I see some clouds on the horizon. As long as they don't interfere with our landing. Okay, 34 miles. Let's see, I want to watch my manifolds here. Bring them back up here. Up to 35 inches. Amazing that some people become so important to you and you just can't tell them often enough just how much you care. Alright, 31 miles out, 155 over the ground. See the trees and the houses out our window here. A good sized little town down there. Navigator, where are we? I'll get right back to you. Looks like it's called Stowe Market. I think I saw that place on an episode of Time King at one point. We'll be passing close to Echo Golf. I don't know what that was. Golf YB. I can't remember the phonetic alphabet for Y. Get me situated anyway. Cut nothing off. Why aren't you rolling forward, silly chair? There. At least got my feet up on the pedals now. Won't see our landing airfield until we get close. It'll probably be about within it'll be under 10 nautical miles before we see our air base. We're going to descend to 1,500 feet now. Didn't have far to go down there. 19. $1,600. $1,500 feet. Pretty good sized town to our north there. You know, the brown trees down there. Some of these lights, or house lights, are on. I guess for if it was regulated time to what it is in the sim, it'd be their prime time. They'd all be sitting at home watching their tellies. Only us crazy fools will be out flying in this. Miles. Okay, 138 ground speed and slowing. We're just going to let her stay where she's at, slow down naturally. We'll extend our gear here to about 115 to 120 nautical knots. Get our gear down. What's the runway orientation here? Let's take advantage of look in advance. Okay, we'll be using runway 23 since winds are 210 up at EGUL, which is only about 20 miles away. We'll assume that they've got the same weather, or at least close enough for government work. Uh-oh. Running out of lights here. Come on, city. Uh-oh. Coming through some clouds. That's why the city lights went out. I'm not afraid of hitting the mountain. We've still got quite a distance to go. That's either a very bright pumpkin or somebody's just got a very bright porch light. We've got the Lancaster coming soon on the horizon for Flight Sim. We all get the Lancaster. This is prime Lancaster time zone. This is when they're all taking off. Actually, they would have taken off when we did it just before dusk, and it would have gotten dark on their way. Okay, 13 miles out. We should start seeing things here in a little bit. just remember, any errors as far as flying goes are mine, not the aircraft's. Any mess ups you've seen, they're all mine. Okay, 11 miles out. We're going to be going for the paved runway 23, which is 23 right, I believe, as opposed to the grass runway, which is 23 left. Yeah, 23 right. It's got a displaced threshold, so we want to run a little long. Okay, back, ability, autopilot. Sync. Take it off nav, put it on heading mode. Back to map. C. Passing close to Echo Golf Sierra Whiskey. Echo Golf November is north of us. Okay, 7 miles. I just hope this runway is lit. If not, we'll divert back up to Mildenhall or to Lakenheath. Okay, we want to look off to our left here. If it's lit, which all my chart says it's lit, I don't see anything yet. Of course, the clouds may be having a lot to do with this. Five miles. We should have the runway in sight. Okay. Autopilot off. Back to map. Hit gas. Stop. Okay, watch the altimeter. Okay, 1200. And we're flying through the rain again. Gear coming down. Okay, we're going to turn to heading 230. See something. Should be out there somewhere. 500. It should be off to our left-hand side up here. There it is. There's the airport anyway. And there's the runway. Hallelujah. Okay, we're turning final now. Remember, we want to go a little long. Coming in over our runway lights now. Flaps. More flaps. Okay, throttles off. Okay, channel, and touchdown. Keeper straight. Do the run. Tail wheel down. Pull off the runway here. We're going to taxi over to a parking spot and shut her down. Successful mission. Well, there's a fuel Bowser. We'll go park next to him. I was surprised we actually found the airport that easy. Let's get over here to this parking area off the road. And we're going to do a shutdown. Well, I'm glad I didn't go straight ahead there. There's a drop-off. That would have ruined my whole evening. Flaps up. Okay, all stop. Oh, brakes. Parking brakes set. Go back inside here. We can turn you off. We don't need you now. Okay, we can close our cowl flaps. Close. Open the back doors. Chocks and fire extinguishers set. All right. Lights off. Pitot heat off. Pumps off. Inverters off. Cockpit lights off. Okay, going to, if we've got ground power here. Okay, we're going to cut our engines. Engines are off. The doors open. There's our little ground cart. Our little cargo doors open. So we're shut down. Battery off. There. Yeah, we want to continue. Haven't finished shutdown yet. Get the clock ticking. Okay, now we'll turn off the ground power. There's our flashlight on. That window was open. Closed the window. Or on the ground. Flew there and back with the windows open. Think it's a convertible. Okay, get everything up there, out of my way, so I can turn over here to the side. Now, let's see. It recommends somebody to raid tonight. See if I can actually do this right. Not a lot of folks on, but Sim's on. Sim Caesar, he's playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. And Dwayne Cates, we'll raid Dwayne. After it runs an ad. Wait for it.